Good evening all. Ira Epstein of Linn & Associates with your metal market wrap-up for this Monday, the 9th of November, 2020, about 6:40 p.m. Central Time. Well, it's been a long day for me. You know, you get up like I do, 3:34 in the morning. I was putting out my morning update, normal. 5:45 in the morning recording, and I'm watching the stock market take off on me and going, I have no idea what it is. My guess was, because it was the only logical thing at that point, President Trump had decided to end his quest for the re-election, and that would be it. That made all the sense with the market going up. How wrong I was. The president has still got 5 lawsuits going. What it was an announcement from Pfizer and BioNTech talking that their results had come in. They've got to still certify them and put them out to the medical community, but over a 90% reliability on the vaccine, a 2-shot vaccine taken over 3 weeks, by the way, to give you that kind of a vaccine against COVID-19. A game changer without any question. Now Moderna's coming out, there's other companies that are going to be coming out. We're right at the point where we're going to start hearing. The great news is we're going to have choices, hopefully. And with those choices, this phase of the pandemic should come to an end. It doesn't end today. You've got to get it out into the population, other parts of it. What it does change between that and the election results over the weekend are that, number one, do we get the COVID relief bill that Ms. Pelosi in the House of Representatives in the U.S. wanted? I'm going to say no. Her goal of getting that large bill for that isn't going to happen. The Republicans still have control, and now they're going to be able to point, look at how the employment numbers were on Friday. Now we have a vaccine, whether it's out to the population in 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 20 weeks, we have it. Why are we throwing that money at the market? I think that argument isn't going to work. If you just focus in on little parts of it, you'll probably get that done. The bigger package that probably does happen next year, and the market will start looking at that, is got to be thinking about the infrastructure spending and the continued spending to get America back on its feet. If you look at all our economic data, we're like an engine that's been held back. And as soon as you let it loose, it's probably going to do quite well. So that affected bonds, notes, the energy markets, everything you can imagine. Let's go to the charts. You came in looking pretty darn good in gold, as though that 18-week average had done its job and held. Today the market said, no you didn't. But this is a close-only chart. On a closing basis, if the market were to finish the week out right now, which it's not going to, you're down $82 for the week and you're back underneath everything. Again, it's a close-only chart. You don't even know if it's going to close under this last break low. Too soon to tell. So we go to the daily chart to get a feel. The daily chart's a whopping outside day down. The market had a $118 range. The market plunged, fell back into the original area I was looking for support. As you know, I thought this area right here was going to be the support zone. I've mentioned it to you numerous times. I had given up on it in all fairness up until today, and now I think that's still an important zone. When we take a look at the chart, are we trending? Obviously not. And by the way, were you trending coming in? No. You had a lower low and a higher high. We'll take a look at what I said over the weekend. Today, the market makes the higher high and back down. You haven't altered anything. You weren't trending, you're still not trending. When I take a look at where the market is in relation to moving averages, well, you're still trading against often the 18 and the 100-day average of closes. You really haven't left them. More important to me is where the Bollinger Bands are. I'm going to take off tonight's action. You went from the upper Bollinger Band today to the lower Bollinger Band. There was something for everybody, and the market stayed within the bands. What is the rule of thumb the first time you hit a Bollinger Band? If you're coming up, and you had done this one 3 days ago, you're coming out of the market waiting for other opportunities. Today you went down for the first time to the lower band. What should the shorts have done? The way that I teach charting, it doesn't mean I'm right. It's the way I teach it. That's where the shorts should have covered their position. When we take a look at momentum, the slow stochastic, you came in, this is how you came into the market. Overbought over the upper Bollinger Band. What are the odds of staying over the Bollinger Band? 5% of the time. When you get successive days over, I count each day as taking one of those 5% of the time off. So on Thursday, you lost one. It gave you a 4% chance as of the close of business Friday. Friday closed over it. You had a 3% chance of closing over it today. That is not a bear sign. That is not what it's flashing. It's saying that you're in borrowed time. Do we understand that? It would change had you had an embedded reading. Embedded means both numbers, the red and blue, are going over, staying over 80 and going sideways. You don't have that. Instead, you got a correction in the market and more of the same. That's what I'm going to tell you. Excuse me here. Let's get over to the gold-silver ratio. It's still battling right here at the 18-day average of closes, and it still favors silver. Yes, the market corrected. This is how it looked at the close of business on Friday. Today you went back up, and now you're starting to lose it back. I would think silver is going to benefit as an industrial metal off all this, but I could be very wrong. When I look at the silver chart, it's clear it's not as weak as the gold was. What do I mean by that? Let's take a look at how this chart looked coming in. Lower low, higher high, overbought against the upper Bollinger Band. Fell back today into support at the 18 and the 100-day average of closes. The market, if we come over here together, this is an outside day down on Wednesday. When you take out the high of an outside day down, one of my rules of thumb that I teach is when that occurs, I think prices are going to make a run at the closest of a key moving average above the market. None of them are here. Here's the 200 and the 100 or the Bollinger Band. The Bollinger Band's the number. You went there on Thursday, played around with it on Friday, and right back down today. Now what? Now you're fighting that battle. Let the market build a chart pattern. That's what my comment to you would be. Copper's still bullish. It still has the pattern of higher and highs, higher and lows. Let's go back to last week. This is Friday. What are you supposed to do the first time a market, at least not what do I teach in my charting courses, the right grammar, that you're supposed to do if you take my course. When you hit the upper Bollinger Band, you take money off the table. You went up to the Bollinger Band, you hit it, and the market from there came back down, actually closed 300 points lower than that. Tonight, what the market's doing is correcting. I'm still looking at support in the 311 area, but I don't think the bulls are going to be overly aggressive because their risk is going to be back to 302.80, right under this last 85 low. I think that's too much risk for them. I think they'll let the chart narrow in and give them a different pattern. In the platinum market, we went from, and here we are again. What are you supposed to do? This is Thursday, the first time you hit, especially the combination of the 100-day and the upper Bollinger Band. If I don't say this in different videos when they occur, write me. I want to be corrected. I will say just about every single time, especially if you don't have an embedded reading, that's where I think the pros are taking money off the table and jamming stops way up if they're going to hold on to the rest of the position. You had that problem. If you did the right thing, right by my definition of what I teach, maybe not right by yours, you avoid this mess. The market doesn't stay up there very long in a lot of these markets. Go back and study it. Learn on your own. My job here is to teach you, and then really, if you take my course, it really comes together. I ingrain it in you. It's 6 hours of videos that build on each other. You're going to walk away understanding it. At least I believe you will. The palladium market, you went from lower Bollinger Band and 100-day average to upper band. What do you think the market's at? I say it's at a key resistance point. You got not an embedded reading. You're 2 days in a row up at the upper Bollinger Band. I think the pros are coming out of this market. Why it's up there in relation to the others? Couldn't know. I don't know, number one. Couldn't care. I just look at the chart action. Dollar index. This is how the market looked coming in Friday. First challenge of the lower Bollinger Band. What are you supposed to do the first time you hit it? For those of you that saw my weekend videos, I believe they're still up on YouTube. That's what I talk about. I think the pros took money off the table in oversold condition. I certainly didn't think this was going to happen today, and I don't see a trend. I see a higher high and a lower low. So what I do is I get up in the mornings really early and I'm reading like a madman. And then for my subscribers, between 5:30, 5:40 approximately, I begin recording. By then I've read everything that I need to know, at least I thought I knew, in Asia, Europe, coming back to America, what the reports of the day look like, what's going to happen. I certainly, at I think it was 5:50 or so in the morning, is when the news broke out. At least I saw it. And after I had finished recording, by the way, turned on all the different stations, and there it is. I saw the CEO of Pfizer talking about it, and I realized exactly what had occurred. And I made mention, I sent it to all my clients, a notice at that hour what had taken place by email. That's what my subscribers get from me. They're going to be brought up. I had one person over the weekend that apparently caught in the palladium market, something I recommend you never go short, and I've given you all the reasons for it. And of course he did. I created a special video for him. Showed him what the weekly charts, the monthly charts, what my work had showed. That's not necessarily every time something I can do for everybody, but I care about these people. And as my subscriber, I really care. I mean, I invite you to call me. I will talk to you. I invite you to ask questions. I will do that. So I said, I'm going to record as early as tomorrow or the day after a special report first on silver, and then I'm going to set up my live webinar. So that's coming. Included in my subscription are those invites and access. A lot of people can't get into them. They fill up. With each new video, you're going to find out that I talk the market fundamentals of the day. I cover the markets in this exact sequence. Why? There's a scroll bar on our website on the video. Pull it. Let's assume you just want to get to the metals. Well, you may not want to see stocks, currencies. My videos are 20 minutes long. One of them today was 36 minutes. There was just so much to cover. It's like a show in itself. Well, if you don't want to see every part of it, I get it. But you can pull and you get right to the spots you want. I don't know how to make it any easier, yet in one video I'm covering what all my traders of different types want, and that's the goal. Make my life easy enough to get it done and put out the information. 6 days a week. You heard me. Monday through Friday, the daily videos. On the weekend videos, just charts. $7.95 for the first 30 days. Come on, give it a try. See if it's worth it. You don't like it, it's not even a tick in most of the futures markets. Agreed? You can call my staff. They'll get you set up if you want, or just go to our website under the word research. It explains it. You sign up right there. I'm Ira. You have a great day. I will talk to you all tomorrow.